I am Paul Sanger for the Finance News Network, and today we're talking with Anax Metals, ASX code ANX, and it has a market cap of around 15 million. Anax Metals is an exploration and development company with a vision to deliver outstanding shareholder return through innovation in exploration and resource development. Headquartered in WA, the company has 3 active projects within the state. We welcome today Anax Metals CEO, Geoff Laing. Geoff, welcome to the network.
Hello Paul, it's a pleasure to be with you.
Now Geoff, this is the first time that we have spoken. Can you give us a little brief overview of Anax Metals' 3 projects, in particular your flagship Whim Creek Copper Hub?
Yes, sure. Well, Whim Creek most certainly is the flagship project. We've got another project in the southern part of Western Australia, Mount Short, which we're exploring for lithium on, and then there's Loudon's Patch, which actually sits up next door to Whim Creek. But really, the story is all about Whim Creek, which sits, for those that are not familiar with the project, between Headland and Karratha. We've outlined an 8-year mine life. For the project, we'll be producing copper, zinc and lead concentrates over the 8 years, delivering about 50 million a year in free cash flow from the project. It's a brownfields project, so near-term production. And of course, it is a polymetallic project. And we're moving ahead now rapidly into the development phase for the project.
Fantastic. And Geoff, the Whim Creek project is clearly the focus and the key short-term value driver. The project, as you said, is brownfields opportunity. How much new infrastructure is required and how much capex is required to get it back into production?
Yeah, so the project was operated back in 2009 by Straits Resources. There's significant infrastructure already on site. So what we've got to do is refurbish some of that infrastructure. A fair bit of it has already been refurbished. We'll need to build a concentrator and then put in some additional equipment for the heap leach, which we'll run. So we'll have 2 processing facilities, the concentrator and the heap leach. And that'll take us to about 70 million in capex, and then we'll require an additional 15 million in working capital. So around about 85 to 90 million to get into production is what we're looking for.
And on the basis that the funding requirements are met, how quickly can Whim Creek come back into production?
Well, we've now got the project to a point where it's fully permitted, so we can move very rapidly once we're in the process, obviously, of securing the funding. Once that funding's in place, we expect that it'll be between 12 and 18 months, so sort of around about the 15 months to take it from completion of funding through to production.
And just on that, so you said it's fully permitted because we know permitting can be a real restraint on companies, and all the permits are done, which is a major positive for the project now.
It is. Permitting is such a big deal these days, and especially getting permitting for tailings dams. We've elected to go for in-pit tailings because it is a brownfield site. We'll have the ability to do that. So that is one of the greatest benefits. And just while we're talking about that, we expect to turn this into a processing hub for the greater Pilbara region. And because we've got all that infrastructure and capacity to store lots of tailings, we'll be able to treat material from other assets around us.
Fantastic. And the project is targeting 10,000 tonnes per annum copper production currently over an 8-year mine life. Can you grow this production beyond 10,000 tonnes per annum? And if so, how?
Yeah, certainly scalability is always a focus. From the off-takers, the funders, everyone's looking for scale. We've got 2 of our resources are open at depth, so there's immediate organic growth for us. But equally importantly, as I mentioned before, there are other assets in our region that will be looking for a processing solution. And we've identified 2 already, and we're in some discussions where we think we could probably double the copper production to closer to 20,000 tonnes per annum. And that's certainly our ambition at the minute.
And what is the status of discussions with traders and off-takers on potential funding opportunities?
Yes, so we've engaged with a number of potential off-take partners. Anglo-American we've talked about. There are others that we're also talking to, making sure that we get the best outcome from an off-take perspective and the funding that comes with that. And we're hopeful that in the next few months we'll have a funding and off-take solution in place.
And to finish up, recent drilling has indicated there's potential for a lithium discovery. Given you are surrounded by several lithium and gold projects such as Azure and De Grey, What opportunity do you see here?
Yeah, well, the Pilbara's really super hot at the minute. We have identified some lithium potential, as you say, and we sit on the western boundary of De Grey's tenure, so highly prospective both for gold and lithium. And we remain very focused on our copper project, but of course with lithium potential there, we've got our exploration team, it's really running the ruler over the assets at the minute. And certainly we're looking forward to providing more news on that in the near future.
Geoff Laing, it's been an absolute pleasure. Thanks for your time today.
Thank you, Paul.